Holly, before you had this fight, how much did you know about Megan? Was she somebody that you would follow, that you had thought about? I mean, did you know anything about her before you were matched up?
I think the most that I really had just kind of started following is because people were talking, oh, maybe Megan and Cyborg, and there was a lot of talk of that. So it wasn't like out of the question when they said, to fight her. I thought, well, okay, great, that's my next opportunity then. So
is that more difficult to prepare, get ready for somebody that you really don't know much about versus maybe somebody that, I've seen them, I know what they do, I know what kind of tricks they have?
I think the biggest thing for me this camp is that I know I'm always saying I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to get better, and that's been definitely a mindset I have. But this camp a little different for me is like, hey, I kind of want to let go of the bad habits that I have and just kind of change my mindset instead of sometimes it's the bad habits that can get you into trouble. So I have really been focusing on that. Yes, we've been focusing on what she does, but we also have been looking at my own fight film as if somebody was to be, coaching against me. And it's the first time we've done that in a long time. We've done it before, but it's been a long time.
What were the bad habits you identified there?
Well, I'm not going to say that out loud.
Your new wrestling coach won a few state championships here with a lot of shots, double legs, some low-level singles. Are we going to see more of that in your game?
You never know. I don't really have like a set plan anyway. I'm definitely learning them. I think that that's really not a secret, is that I want to learn everything. I want to get better at all aspects of it, whether it be jiu-jitsu, wrestling, stand-up. I mean, to this day, I'm still trying to get a better jab. People know I'm from a boxing background, so I'm never done. I always want to keep going. So I want to be ready wherever the fight goes, wherever that might be.
Why make the trek back, going back to 145? The first two times haven't been too successful, so why make this leap back again?
It's the next opportunity in front of me, and that's just, I take the opportunities that the doors open, and if that's the open door, that's the one I'm going to go, and I'm going to make the best of it. I don't really want to pick my path too much. I think sometimes, I don't know if I would feel like I'm protecting myself if I did that too much, but I like to just take what opportunity comes and go with it.
Do you feel too many fighters do that, try to pick and choose their own path?
I think each fighter is different. Maybe they feel this is a good decision for them for that time in their career. That can't be a bad thing either. I'm just the type that I've never really wanted to pick exactly who I'm going to fight because I want to feel like I'm going to be ready for everybody. I think every fighter has their own mindset, whatever it may be. I'm not saying mine's the right way, but it's just my way.
A lot's been made of her size and of her power. Have you noticed in your moves to 145 that the power is a difficult issue, and with her especially, is it a concern?
I feel like I've been in there with some pretty heavy hitters before, and yes, I want to be fearful of her striking and her strength, but that doesn't mean that that's the only thing I'm going to focus on. I don't want to just be in fear that I don't do my own thing as well. I have been in there with some heavy hitters before, and I've also been in there, I've seen fights. It's not even the hardest punch that lands that knocks someone out. It hits them just right. Anything can happen. Anybody can end it with a knockout. Anybody can end it with some kind of a, stoppage in any way. This game is crazy. That's why people love to watch it. That's why I love to learn it. And who knows what's going to happen.
Earlier this week, Dana said something about he wanted to bring back the old weigh-in format. Are you in favor of the early ones, or do you want to go back to the old ones?
If you're asking for what I prefer morning.
Is there a reason, like more time for rehydration?
More time for rehydration, and a lot of times I cut my weight the night before anyway, so for me it's just sooner to get on the scale.
Holly, when was the last time, you said you've done this before in terms of focusing on your bad habits? When was that, the last time you did it?
As far as really looking at film and sitting down, I've been told by my coaches, stop doing this, 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 but sometimes when you sit there and watch it on screen, and then it really gets you deep in the gut, that's a whole different story. And so it's actually, I haven't done it in my MMA career. It's really just, we did a whole day of watching film, and we didn't watch anybody else but me. And it gets you sick to your stomach, things that you could have done better in fights, and things, even if it's a victory fight, it doesn't matter. There's moments where, you have flaws. And so it's been a while. We did it in boxing. I'm not saying that I haven't been told some of my bad habits. I've been told many times, but sometimes I think I just need to see it to make those changes.
Talking about your former sport, what do you make of the reports of a possible fight between Cyborg and Cecilia Brakas?
Anything can happen. I'm definitely obviously one that believes that anyone can cross over, because that's what I did. I came from boxing, came to MMA, and a lot of people didn't think it would be, possible to be having titles in both. I think whatever you put your mind to and put your heart to, you should do it. I was talking with one of my teammates the other day. Everybody can have an idea of what they think you should do for your life. And I was just telling her, who wrote the book of your life? You. It's your life. Everybody has their own life here. And I think a lot of times we get influenced by outside things, whether it be social media, whether it be peer pressure, whether it be even families pushing you to do something. And I think that you can do whatever you want. So if there's a crossover fight between Cecilia and Cyborg, I see it could be possibly happening. I think Cyborg has kind of shown interest in wanting to box, and I think Cecilia would love to have, kind of that, honestly, that, I don't want to say it's just attention, but just that media, it is attention from, I don't know if it's not the correct word I'm really looking for, but exposure, I guess, because she's done a lot with the sport and done a lot with boxing, but a lot of people, obviously, views are always kind of around MMA right now, and so I would see her wanting to kind of take that challenge, and I would see Cyborg wanting to take that challenge. I see it could be possibly happening.
I don't know how much you watch women's boxing these days, but it's, we got Clarissa Shields, you got Cecilia. What do you make of the state right now of women's boxing?
Yeah, women's boxing will never die. Any boxing will never die. It's one of the oldest sports in the book. I do think that it's had highs and lows, even just in the 10 years that I did it. There was times that I fought, I think 3 times as the main event on Fox Sports, twice on Fox Sports Net, one on ESPN, 2, and and then you don't hear about women's boxing on TV at all. And 2 of those cards were all female cards that were on Fox Sports Net. And so I've seen it highs and lows, but I've never seen it completely gone. And right now I feel like there's a little bit of attention around the women's boxing. And so it's just kind of, maybe it's climbing again, and which I'm glad. I want there to be a women's in boxing and MMA. So I think it's good.
Two more questions for Holly.
You've mentioned going down to 135 after this fight. There's also been the rumors of Cyborg taking the winner of this fight and being a coach on Tough. Is that something that interests you?
I leave options open to everything. As far as my focus right now, yes, I have small goals and then big dreams. And my goal right now is just this Saturday night. And I got to get through there before I even have any promise of any other future, because I feel like my timeline only goes that far, because I want to make the best of it now and not look too far past it. With that being said, I do have big dreams, and I would love to go back and get my belt at 135. I'd also like to get the belt at 45. I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at it. So we'll see how Friday night goes first.
Is Tough of interest to you? I mean, moving out of your house for a couple of weeks, moving into another house, coaching a whole new division of 145-pound women and men's heavyweights, does that appeal to you at all?
I always like to take any kind of opportunity, but I guess maybe as long as they don't stick me in the house the whole time.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.